with no regret, and that's all profit.
Done did it again on the hater, man. I don't think they were ready for this one.
They gave y'all the blueprint, man. Just get up and go get your bag. That's how you gotta do it. All hustle, no love. You gotta work for this one.
What's up, traders? It's your boy Ace Boogie coming to you live and direct. It's been a while. I just want to come to you to do a quick overview of a couple tickers that I was looking at yesterday into today, and was able to observe some good moves and actually catch some good moves on as well. So the first one is WORX, WORX. Um, this one was basically a major multi-month breakout. It topped out here at the 339 area, 340 area back in March, and really since last August, it's really been under this $5 area where it gapped down. You see, it had a big run up, and then it gapped down under five, and it's been trying to pop up back over that level, that really that 339 level ever since. Um, but the thing to take away from this is the area that it gapped down from. So it right here is where it dropped down. So this area is going to be natural resistance on the way back up. And that's what I was thinking when I had set up a trade idea buying this breakout. I was attempting to buy the breakout. I actually bought it at $3, sold it for a smaller gain. But then a different account, I bought it again around 350, and sold this morning. So the breakout was right here over this level. It did break out on yesterday, but then it actually had a big continuation today and pushed all the way up to the high 470s. So looking at the intraday chart, um, one thing to take away is the pre-market price action. Pre-market price action allows you to basically judge where the support and resistance is on the chart before the market hours open. So in the morning at 4 a.m. pre-market spiked up and it got as high as 465. So that was the area I was looking to possibly sell into if it were to retest that. And when it dipped down to pre-market towards the lows were in the 350s. So that was the area that I was ready to cut the trade if it didn't work out because I saw in the pre-market this was the range and resistance that the stock was working with. And it's a 30% channel basically. So as you can see, the market opens right here at 9:30. It spiked up, actually dipped for a little bit, but then came back, spiked all the way up to about uh 480 for a double topping and coming back down. So selling into that 465 area using the pre-market highs as a judge would have been a great to do. And when it dipped down all the way down to the 370. So it didn't even make it down to, three 350s down here. It actually started forming some higher lows, in which it held that support. And then as you can see, once that support under 370 broke later that morning, it basically just unraveled and gave back all of its gains. So key takeaway with this is use pre-market price action to judge how it's going to react in the market to see where the buyers and sellers are piling up at, and to use overall long-term resistance, i.e. that $5 level that we mentioned back here, to actually set up a good decent risk reward trade. I know I can make money by trading it somewhere near the 330 area to somewhere just below the $5 area. Doing so, you know, you're looking at maybe 45% of a window. Can you make 8 to 18% with the 40% window? I think you could, and I showed you you could. So that was WORX, WORS. Important to note that it didn't have. I'm pretty sure it didn't have any news. I think this was just a straight technical chart play. It breaking out over the multi-month highs over this level right here. So there was no news fueling this. It was just a breakout with, of course, a short squeeze and high volume. So the next stock I want to talk about is AHPI. This one was a real big runner today. It went from opened up like at $340, $4, and went all the way up to like almost 1150, right to 1150s. Yep. So going back to the daily, with this one, same deal. Whenever you see runners, even though it may not be where it is going to go, you catch it early in the morning, you're not going to know where it's going to go. But if you see it having massive volume on the day and it's spiking, and it's one of those runners that you can feel like it's already up 100+%. It's up from 4 to 8. What makes you think it can go from 8 to 11? Well, how much more volume is coming in, and what levels is it breaking out over? I knew it can go to, 10 plus once I saw it breaking out over the $9 area right here. So I'm gonna move my line down here. This area was like right at $9. So that $9 breakout caused the secondary move. And because it was already up, 100+% when it's breaking out over here, I knew the next major level of resistance will probably be the last level of resistance that this one tests or breaks. So the way that I find that is I switch my chart from the daily candles to like the weekly or the monthly candles, and you can see the major long-term resistance is right here. This is an area where the stock is really going sideways. It's going sideways, and it has a base of support right in this area, right here, right in this area where you see all the wicks. And that area happens to be the same area where it topped off at. So I knew it wouldn't get above this area up here. If it gets into this area, it's probably gonna go all the way up to 16, $17. But because it already came from $4, it was already up over 100%, and it was getting towards the end of the day. I knew that these levels will probably hold true as far as resistance, and I should plan my sell close to $10. One thing that you also want to keep in mind is those magnet dollar areas. $1, $5, $10, 15, 20, 25. Not just the whole and half dollar levels, but the actual round dollars, $10, $100. Those levels are magnet areas, so the stock is going to naturally want to pull and resist towards those areas. So once I saw it going over $8, I figured $10 was a great target to aim from or aim for, and that's exactly what I got. I definitely did chase it a bit up here um, into this spike, but I knew it was going to have like a secondary move. I just couldn't time it right. I was on the go, so I had to basically wait for the afternoon to see what was going on. But I got an entry in the morning around 10:45, 10:50. Um, Shortly after, it spiked up about 30, 45 minutes later to about $10. So I knew it can test $10 once I saw it go up to 9.94. I believe that's what it was. It was 9.94. And I knew that a pullback was coming, so I was mentally prepared for this part right here. If this part happened a little bit earlier, I probably would have waited for the pullback to settle down. you know. And one thing you can use is the candles to actually key in on when to actually get in. See how these candles, oh shoot, I messed up, my bad. So see how these candles, it's a big sell candle. and the big sell candle. And then as the closer it gets to support, the candles get smaller. This one it kind of bounced up a little bit, and then it had like another big sell candle down there. But then the candles get really, really small, and the range tightens up. And then you start to see some of the bottoming candles, and you're there. You're close to that round number at $7. So that's a telltale sign that it's getting ready to. It's running out of sellers. Another telltale sign is the volume depleting. You see this V shape with the volume, how it just slowly, slowly goes down into a point, and it gets to a point where the volume has to pick a direction. And it's on this candle right here where it picks a direction to bounce back up. But I didn't play it that way. I bought it and I was just holding it and waiting for the $10 breakout. Um, Luckily, I was free when I saw it around 12, 1 o'clock, and it spiked up over that higher day at 993, and I sold into strength right at like 10.15 or something like that, and made about 22%. But these runners, you got to play them a certain way. You can't really chase the top with these, or you can get burnt because they're very volatile. I mean, it just came up from $4 all the way up to 10, 12, 10, $11. So being up, two times like that, it has a long way to come back down if it does start crashing. So the best strategy you have on buying these type of runners is don't do what I did and buy into strength. You want to wait for these specific dips, and you want to wait for that range to tighten up and it to actually show you that it's at a bottom. Um, and when you do that, your risk reward is better. So buying down here and selling up here, I could have made 40%. But because I bought into strength and I had a higher average, I only made 22%. But same here, buy down here, sell up here, or buy down here when it does it again and bounds out near $8 this time. Actually has a higher base right here. Now it's basing right here. Um, Buy here and sell into this strength. That's another 30%. You can do this 3, 4 times in a day and make bank, you know. And one thing I'm want to point out is I'm not in the stock. I don't want to be long in it, but this is a support area and it's basically sitting right at that same support area from earlier where it, had that big bounce and big move, that $7 area, and it's sitting just above $7. So this is one that I will be continuing to watch till tomorrow, um, mainly in the morning in the pre-market to see if it's red on the day or if it's green and it's up, and seeing how this $7 area is going to hold. Um, but yeah, that's about it. Just remember on these big runners like this, these big daily runners, where it's not necessarily a multi-day run, um, and it has these big runs, the best thing to do is to get an early low on the run. I know it sounds like, yeah, of course you want to get in low, but I know it sounds like crazy, but you want to get in low on the run, like early in the morning. So when was the stock under $6? So let's go back to this chart real quick. When was the stock under $6? This stock was under $6 early in the morning. So it had this nice spike at 9:30. It started at 9:30 at $4 and it just had an incredible spike. Look, the first hour of the day it spiked damn near 100%, 80, 88% in the first hour of the day. So if you catch these big percent gainers early, stocks that spike often spike more. So just use that philosophy, catch them early based off support and resistance, and take uh, expectation gains. So don't try to get the 100% winner um, when the stock is already up 100% on the day. What's the likelihood the stock is going to go up 200% on the day? It's less likely that it's going to go up 200% on the day than it is to go up 100% on the day. So instead of trying to wait for those crazy runners and getting those big crazy gains, aim for smaller percentage points. 15, 20%, and just go in with a bigger size, and you have more room for error. And just stay disciplined, and you'll be all right. So I know I threw a lot at you today. There's just plenty of lessons to learn on AHPI and WORX. I'm currently, pray for me, y'all. I got some calls on knock. I saw this major daily breakout over this level right here, over the 570 area. So I got about 50 calls, $6 calls, seeing what it'll do. Maybe it'll make a big move tomorrow, whatnot. We'll see. But yep, that's it. That's all I got for you. Got any questions? Hit me up. YouTube, Twitter, chat room, Ace Boogie 2488. And I'm out. Peace.
Move smooth and focus on goals. I'm going hard for my family. Yeah, I gotta get the band for my foes. I'm glad and I'm bold. Black is a new light. So much cash it don't fold. That's exactly what I like. I wake up feeling so blessed. My cake up is no stress. Make sure you get them checks. That's the blueprint.